Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. One of my personal favorites is Stephen King's It, which they're making into a movie. Again.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ. It almost happened that way, but it didn't. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast. I'm Ben, and I'm here with Scoopy and
Ben Cena
CJ.
for life, bitch! Hello, everybody.
Kind of hard to hear it now.
Damn it, it went off. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, next time I'm going to get you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ben's non-molester uncle, and I'm here to apologize for my brother's behavior last week.
Don't
He's brought shame to our
Don't lie.
family.
You molested Ben, too.
No, but I waited till Ben was an adult.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, man.
Do not molest children.
I would like to point out to everyone that is watching the show or listening.
I would like to put it out there.
Shut up.
Hold
Shut
on.
up.
Hold
Shut
on.
up.
No, no.
Hold on.
This is
I
very
want to point
important.
out
This is very
that
important.
I made a post on Facebook.
This is
called
very important.
Called Ben Cena, and it actually got more than the show. Like as far as like people that saw it, I'm very proud of that.
Fuck you.
Okay, that's fine.
Well,
no one cares. Hold on.
No. Fuck you.
This is
TJ.
important.
Why does my uncle
Do
have
not
that accent?
Ben, you know damn well why I have this accent.
Why? I want to know. Why.
Are you from
have this
Wisconsin
accent.
or something?
That does not sound like a Wisconsin
know.
accent.
I don't really know what people
I
from
don't know.
Wisconsin sound
Do
like.
not molest children. Molest full-grown adults.
They have a weird accent, though.
That's all I have
Everyone
to say.
from like Minnesota and Wisconsin and those weird northern states have weird accents.
Wisconsin.
Is that how it sounds?
Yeah, it's like Wisconsin.
I've never been there, so I can't tell you.
Wisconsin. That's pretty close.
That's accurate.
That's how they talk.
That's totally accurate. You are spot on.
It is.
Hellos, folks. I comes from South
So
Wisconsin.
you know, we learned something. I can't do Wisconsin, and Ben can't do Italian.
No, I can't.
So we learned something new today.
Ben can do Italians, though.
I can't. Yeah.
Okay, that's a horrible insult. All you have to do is like, yeah, plenty of Italian women.
It wasn't an insult. It was just me pointing that
That
out.
was an insult, TJ.
Wow.
You implied he was going to have sex with Italian men.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I just said Italians.
No, you didn't, TJ.
I left it up for the viewer to
TJ.
decide the gender and attractiveness of
TJ,
Italians.
that's bullshit. That's total bullshit.
No, it's not.
Ban TJ! Ban TJ! Ban TJ! Ban TJ! Ban TJ!
Ban Wait.
Everyone, if you have Twitter,
You gotta let me know
or
when
whatever,
you're gonna stop that.
No, you don't get to know. Please use the hashtag ban TJ.
By the way, we got in our first two pictures of fans who got the T-shirt.
Yeah.
We can just put them up.
These fans are better. That's not a fan wearing it.
I know.
Unless it's an invisible fan.
No.
Invisible fan.
Hold on. It is an invisible one. All right.
Yeah.
The cat.
The cat looks awesome.
Yeah. Scotty can't see him right now.
I can't see shit.
Yeah.
Scotty's garbage anyway, dude.
Yeah.
I told you I'm trash, TJ.
No one likes Scotty.
That's probably true.
Next.
I said it for 20 seconds. Why does? Oh, okay.
Okay, there we go. And then there's some headless chick
Yes.
wearing it. I think it's a chick.
Yes.
It's either a chick or a trap.
So you guys basically got someone who was headless to wear the shirt. They don't have a head.
Yeah.
Everyone that's gotten the shirt is really happy with it. So anyone that's interested in starting the campaign again can just go to teespring.com/Drunken Peasants.
Yeah, if 12 more people order the shirt will officially ship out again and go back on sale.
Yes.
So, if you want the shirt,
If you want to be like these other humans that you think are so cool and you admire so deeply, buy our shirt.
Buy our shirt.
Buy our shirt, you fucking assholes!
I will not buy it.
You will buy it.
Okay, I will buy it. I'm scared.
As crazy as
Good.
this sounds, I am actually wearing the shirt right now.
That's insane.
Ben's actually making love to the shirt right now. He should
Yes.
be a little bit more honest with everyone here.
Ben's shirt is already covered in jizz. You can't even make out the design anymore.
It's encrusted with jizz now.
Yeah.
And he literally just got it today.
That's
so.
how much
Yeah.
Ben loves this fucking shirt.
I do love it that much.
Yes. We guarantee you, if your shirt's not completely covered in jizz in 5 minutes, we'll fucking pay you your money back.
You will.
Yeah,
This offer
Yeah.
not valid on Earth.
yeah. The views of TJ Kirk do not represent the
Yeah.
views of the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No thanks. Like, oh, it didn't jizz on it.
Jizz.
There's in fact, there's no jizz on it at all within 30 seconds.
Well, that's impossible. Come on.
TJ mainly jizzes in his pants. You know, we were eating today. We're out in a restaurant. I see TJ. I look over. And I'm like, what are you looking at? And he's looking at porn in the middle of a restaurant. He's like, I'm like, TJ, why the fuck are you doing this? He's like, if anything, I should be able to broadcast it on the wall. And I'm like, and I realized that TJ is just like, he says I'm a real life troll. TJ is actually a real life troll.
Yeah. We
Nuh-uh.
we were talking about our trip to Europe, and TJ said he would dress up like a fucking redneck and go around talking like, you know,
Yeah, like, I'm TJ. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm TJ from Louisiana. How you doing? How you been?
You should wear like
Where the fuck's the Eiffel Tower? This is the United Kingdom, sir. It's
Yeah.
all like, what? Ain't no damn difference.
why are you speaking American?
Speak it proper.
Yeah.
Oh, my ass.
TJ, you should wear like overalls without a shirt under them.
I was going to wear an American flag shirt.
Oh God.
I hope you do.
It was a very ostentatious American flag shirt.
I really hope he actually does all this
And
shit.
everywhere I
We-
go, I'm going to blast, I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Like that.
You can tell everyone to eat their vitamins.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
Stay in school, eat your vitamins, and say your prayers.
To America's God.
America's
You
God.
heathens.
What is America's God?
Money.
Money.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, what a dumb question.
Money.
So we found a new video by someone.
We
Was it-
found a nude video? you
No. Well, I mean, you can easily find nude videos out there, but
said? I've never seen them.
Yeah, you just
that's,
make them.
that's only
you
what
just make them
spend,
right.
That's only what you spend like the first like 5 hours of every day doing.
Yeah. And the last 5.
We were speculating what you do, and Ben was like, TJ probably wakes up, spends about 4 hours downstairs in a dark room, looking at porn, masturbating, things like that. Then eventually, like, he finally gets up, probably eats some food or something, spends another 4 hours looking at porn, masturbating.
No, I
makes
threw
a
take
video.
a shit in there
Oh,
too.
yeah, I'm sorry, he threw take a shit. And he's like, then he probably spends another 4 or 5 hours.
There's way more morning shits involved than that.
Okay, so taking 2 or 3 morning shits while you masturbate.
The morning is when I shit the most frequently. It's like, and then I'm like, oh man, I couldn't possibly shit anymore. And then 5 minutes later, it's like, oh god, gotta run back to the toilet. So the porn, but I mean, like, now that I have my phone, I don't have to stop looking at porn just because I'm taking a shit. That can happen in the background.
God bless technology.
God bless America.
TJ's like, I don't believe in Jesus and God and all that shit, but if he invented the iPhone, I would suck his dick.
I think that I worship pornography. That's probably how it goes.
I would say that's accurate.
Worship the porn gods.
So do we have clips or anything?
Yeah, we have.
No clips, Scotty.
No clips? Okay. Show's over. Good night. Thanks, guys.
Fuck off, everybody. Drunken Peasants podcast is canceled forever.
Evolution.
You win.
Damn it, TJ.
What'd I do?
TJ, you are fucking retarded.
What'd I do?
Anyway.
What happened?
Anyway. Yeah, we have a video. It's by some fuck. I don't even know his name, but I guess he's popular. and it's called "Why Atheists Are Stupid."
Atheists are pretty dumb.
That was interesting.
Someone sent this video, and that I should back up. TJ was like, "No more vigilant Christian, no more vigilant Christian."
We had to,
He kept saying it, and then someone sent me a video of the vigilant Christian crying, and TJ was like, "Show that one."
I know, me and teacher both were like, fuck the vigilant Christian. And we saw him crying, like, show that video.
Okay, so
Vigilant Christian.
Brothers and sisters, this is Mario, and I wanted to make a video here
Mario!
needing a prayer request.
Just the white balance.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
Serious worry and anxiety, and I have my whole life. This is something that I've been dealing with since I was 17.
Cocaine.
There was a point where I would have like these crazy anxiety attacks.
It's strange that a person who thinks that an evil Illuminati Satanist organization controls the world would have anxiety.
Yeah, he's not mentally stable at all. I mean, I'm so surprised that he has anxiety when he believes there's a giant global conspiracy that controls his life and the media and everything.
and it's not just that; it's like satanic.
Yeah,
Right.
too.
It's like so basically he lives in a world that's controlled by the most evil entity in existence.
And it's
Right.
like, I'm racked with freaking fear and anxiety. It's like, well, no shit.
Every single day of my life, and it was so hard.
Oh my god, give me a break.
Okay, so I mean, if he does have problems, he shouldn't be putting videos of this on the internet. He should be talking to like a psychologist or something like
Exactly.
that.
It's like, I wonder if he actually tells the people in his life these things he puts on the internet.
I don't know.
I mean, because I think if you talk to someone in a professional capacity, they'd probably be like, okay, that's not real. I mean, he's obviously a delusional human being.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty clear. And mentally unstable.
I don't want to be healed for good. I don't want to feel like this anymore.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do when the Illuminati come for you?
They say the definition of insanity is like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting
So
different
I
results.
need you to pray.
So he's asking people on Facebook to pray for him.
That's just pointless.
Right.
He needs to seek mental health, counseling. He has some serious issues. Instead of saying pray this away, that's not going to solve your problem. And he's been doing this probably for years. He said since he was 17. I don't know how old he is, but I mean, the dude has to think about it from that perspective. He can't just simply stay in the same position and expect just endless sympathy. It's like, dude, you really obviously have a lot of issues. You know what I mean?
You know what? More than even like seeking out mental health care is just like let go of your fucking delusions.
But he probably can't do that until he actually does do something like that.
Right.
Probably.
But I mean, like, I don't know. I think that like on some level he's capable of just using enough of his intelligence to realize that the stuff that he puts on his channel is total bullshit. And I think if he just gave if he just put more thought into it and gave that shit up, he probably wouldn't be fucking racked with anxiety every day.
You say that, but I mean, someone in the position and they're basically internalizing all this. I really doubt they're gonna, especially someone like him, is just gonna suddenly come to the conclusion, "Oh, I'm full of shit."
Well, that's a conclusion he needs to come to.
He might need some help along the way.
He won't get it though, because all he wants to do is fucking
No.
pray to his stupid fucking god.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I can't take it.
Oops.
I can't.
Yeah, be careful with that. So is prayer a democracy? Like the more people that pray to God, the more likely God is to answer that prayer. Is that what he thinks?
He must, or maybe it's like maybe it's probably just doing it because it makes him feel better. Just thinking a bunch of people are praying and it's going to help him.
We've all had our moments where we feel stressed out and depressed and whatever.
Like God,
Oh, of course.
But even with that, I wouldn't post a video of myself like bawling my eyes out.
No.
Like I just wouldn't do that. I'd do that by myself if I had to do something like
exactly.
that.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's the way you deal with it on
Yeah.
a mature level. It's like you're not going to like, please pray for me. Like at least compose yourself.
Yeah.
pray for me. And I guess that the more people pray, the more God is going to pay attention. Like, well, if only two people are praying for the Christian Mario, then fuck him.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
But if it's a whole bunch, if it's a big chorus of prayers, then God will be like, you know what? Take his depression away.
It's prayer democracy. The more votes, I don't know.
You cannot petition the Lord with prayer.
So that explains like not enough people are praying for poverty to go away or disease or anything like that.
But a lot of people are praying for their team to win the Super Bowl
yeah.
and shit.
Yeah, I was to say like people are praying for like money. I always want to be healthy. Things like that. Like exactly, praying for the team to win the Super Bowl, praying like their bets, pan out. People are usually praying for selfish reasons. They're not praying because like some guy I saw on Facebook is really sad, so I hope he feels happy tomorrow.
Let's all send our magic wish juice towards the Christian Mario.
Mario.
Wish juice.
Magic wish juice.
Mario.
That sounds dirty as fuck.
Your wish
It
juice.
is dirty.
Let me shoot you with my wish juice.
It's like torment, and
Get my wish
this
juice
isn't the
out on
mind
your
that God wants
face.
us to have. He wants us to have a sound mind, and not to like have your mind go and just feel crazy.
It's because you are crazy, dude. That's why you're crying on camera.
Well, brothers and sisters, please pray for me. And
You know what? I mean, it's kind
anybody
of
who-
weird how on like some level this guy knows that there's something wrong with his mind.
Oh yeah, he knows.
But he never makes the connection to like the stuff he talks about on his channel, like Satan controls yoga. There's satanic messages in Family Guy. Disney brainwashes girls to be sluts, and Walt Disney was part of the Illuminati.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, there's a total disconnect here. He's just like, oh, I talk about these things, but it has nothing to do with like my mental health. That's just, I just need to pray more. I just need to be more positive. Just these weird, wacky ideas he has.
out there dealing with anxiety, and if you worry about things and your mind goes into places that you don't want it to, you're not alone. And it's hard. I know. Okay, I really know. I know exactly what you're going through. But you know what? I'm having faith that God can come and heal this for good, and I can be a testimony of God's healing power. So
if
you pray,
if you've been waiting
if you
this
know
long
people
for
to
God
pray,
to heal you, I don't think it's coming.
And they have a healing ability. Please ask them to
people
pray
said
for
the
me.
same
I need
thing
as many
hundreds of
prayers
years
as I can
ago.
get. I'm done with this. I'm done.
I'm
just
gonna
reach
pray
out to
away the
everybody.
plague.
I'm
We're gonna pray away
I'm
this.
spending all this alone time with God right now. I'm just gonna deal with this because
Why do you,
I can't
how do
keep
you need
living
to be
my
alone
life
with
like
God?
this.
Isn't God everywhere? I mean, this dude is so clearly just off his rocker. I mean, it's sad, to be honest with you. That's really what it is. It's pretty sad. Like, of anything, it's just like sad to see someone that does not realize how mentally unstable they are.
The really sad thing is just like seeing someone who realizes he has a problem but is not really going to turn to anything that's going to actually solve the problem, but is just going to entrench himself deeper into this highly irrational, superstitious belief system, as if that's going to somehow offer his life any solace, when it's so clearly not going to do that. It hasn't done it so far. If piousness was the solution to his problem, it would have been solved long ago.
Exactly.
And it's a hindrance to what I can do in my life, and it's not of God. And forget the medical establishment telling us we need drugs. We don't need drugs. We need Jesus. That's all we need. Okay, He is the healer.
Yeah,
he told the lame.
If all we needed was Jesus, you would be fine. There's people on drugs that are doing much better than you, believe me. So, I love how he's so clearly not got a grip on it, but he's going to tell us what the wrong approach is.
Right. I mean, doesn't he already have Jesus? How's that working for him already?
Yeah, like this is what you get when you rely on Jesus for your mental health care. Right. So, yeah.
I don't know.
To walk, and He raised the dead. Okay, so He can heal and give a sound mind, and
then why
give
hasn't
you
He done
peace.
it?
He's the Prince of Peace.
Why hasn't He done it?
And
why hasn't He done it?
We need to rely on Him. So I'm
Why
relying
hasn't
on
He
you,
done
brothers
it?
and sisters. So just
Why
lift me up
hasn't
in
He done
prayer. Put my name in a prayer request at your church. Please, please, from my heart, please, okay?
I really need to get
anymore.
God's attention on this one.
Causes a lot of pain. 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 Cau Okay? I'm sorry for crying, but I couldn't make this video without crying. I just want, like, I can't even talk about this without crying, but I so need you to pray for me. And to know how much I'm hurt by this, so that you really do pray.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Ben,
It's been an honor and a blessing.
Do you have a prayer to offer?
No.
You don't have a prayer.
No, not at all.
Well, I'm gonna offer a prayer.
All right, go ahead.
Dear God, please give the vigilant Christian the clarity of mind to see that you do not exist, and to seek out mental health care from a mental health care professional who could actually address his problems medically and rationally. Thank you. Amen.
Yeah. People don't normally thank God in prayers, but
I forgot. Well, I'm not.
was-
I'm not accustomed.
yeah, that was nice of you, though. I think.
Yeah, you know.
Thank you, baby Jesus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. Why don't you come to your senses?
So, final thought on the video we just watched.
You know, I mean,
I think TJ pretty much summed it
I
up.
think we pretty much captured the essence of what was going on there.
Okay. All right, so we'll move on.
Hold
to the
on,
next
let me
one.
see if
pan every day.
let me see if Galen is going to come on here.
Galen, the last
Hey, Scotty.
dinosaur.
Jesus, man.
G-Bus. G-Bus.
Try to call
Call Galen now.
Galen.
Really?
Ben's like, really?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are going there, huh?
We're about to watch some Laci Green, and I'd really like to have
Oh,
Galen.
wow.
Oh, Galen time.
Hello?
Galen time.
We're
Hello.
in the Galen zone.
Hey, Galen.
Hey,
Which Galen am I talking to?
quiet Galen.
Shit. We don't need quiet Galen. We need loud, angry
We need
Galen.
cocaine, Galen. Go sniff some cocaine and come back.
I got all of the angry Galen went into an actual video that he's going to put out for the first time in forever. So it all went into there.
We'll see, Galen. We've heard that story for a while. You're going to put out a video, but we'll definitely watch it if you do put it out.
And for those of you who want to subscribe to Galen's channel, what would that channel name be, Galen?
Halcyon, Hallcyon.
Cool. So we're actually about to watch a video by Laci Green.
That's not really cool, dude. Why are you being mean? Like,
Sorry, Galen.
By the way, I just want it to be said that I address. I don't, per se, but philosophically, my video will address Laci Green when it comes out tomorrow.
That's cool.
Okay, cool.
Hey, can we share screens with Galen?
I already did.
Galen, are you seeing our screen there?
Let's see here. I'm waiting for it to load.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, maybe you might just have to listen to Laci then.
It may. I mean, he may see it. Gotta find it here. Where was it?
It was right there, the next one down. Up.
Oh, there it is. Oh, God. Okay. Here we go.
Laci has been. Well,
Here we go. Hold on, Galen.
oh God. Oh no.
Sex Plus, hosted by Laci.
No! Stop it.
Woo! Yeah!
She's making the duck face.
Laci with her gigantic fucking mouth.
It's a really good screen cap. She should use this instead.
Anything you wanted to say, Galen?
It's just that she is she's a person who has a giant ego, and
True.
a lot of people who are
Unlike me.
TJ has admitted to having a giant ego as well. I mean, Scotty,
There's
would
a
you say
giant
you have a big
something.
one?
Oh!
Scotty, you got a giant ego?
My ego is, the size of, let's say, if TJ's ego is Alaska, and my ego would be like Texas. Let's say that, I guess.
Well, what about mine?
You can have North Dakota.
North Dakota, that's like something you would say to Cody. I mean, what kind of pot shot is that?
You get North Dakota, Alan. You have to live in North Dakota from now on, too.
Give me Malta. It's at least it's a
Fuck
great
no, you don't get Malta, Galen. That's a nice, like, island nation. You be eating steak and having fun. Like North Dakota, you just be freezing your ass
yours,
off.
wait a minute.
We
yours
need-
yours is
Everyone's
Texas.
having too much fun. We need more Laci.
Mine is a state filled with like crazy rednecks.
Play this
and
shit, Ben.
guns.
True. What they've been saying about me? I have to come clean. I, Laci Green, am a feminist. What? You're a
Slow clap, everyone. Slow clap.
By the way,
Such courage.
what is this video titled? What is it called?
Why I'm a ... feminist. Gas.
By the way, she did a video before where she called herself an equalist, that she was not that, which was more getting into the whole egalitarian. She already made that. So I await to see how she's now saying she is not those things. Okay? Just want to put
She's
that
not
out.
anymore. Now she's a feminist.
lesbian now? Man hater? Hairy armpits? It ain't so. It's gonna be okay. Those are just stereotypes. I think that feminism is both kick-ass and super important, and here are a few of my reasons why. I'm a feminist because girls are taught in public school that once she has sex, she'll lose a part of herself. Because women who have a lot of sex are sluts while guys are studs. Amanda Todd, Felicia Garcia, Charisse Morales, because of the sexism that drove them to end their lives. I'm a feminist because I was told the first time I had sex would be painful and bloody. I was
Well, if they
terrified.
had a huge
because
cock,
1 in
you
4
would.
young women is assaulted and society still asks, what was she wearing? Because male victims of rape aren't believed since guys want sex all the time anyway, right? Because of catcalling and street harassment, because no, it is not a f***ing compliment. I'm a feminist because my first boyfriend sexually assaulted me, and when I went to my friends for help, they called me a slut. Because when I speak at universities about the absolute necessity of consent, there are people in the audience who laugh.
People in the audience laugh at me.
Do you know why they're laughing? Like, what is that supposed to mean? That's such a vague thing to
People
say.
in the audience laugh. Therefore,
Yeah, someone smiled during the presentation. Why did they do that?
I think it's because they don't believe in consent. I'm going to continue raping, so... Galen, what did you make of that list so far?
What a phony laugh.
It's real, Galen. It's deeply real.
That's a sincere laugh, Galen. TJ was really sincere with that. I'm so amused.
What did you think of her list, Galen? What do you think of her reasoning so far?
This is not. First of all, I want to distinguish something here because it was there was some things torn on Dusty. They were saying that this is not how Dusty should go about some kind of academic debate or reasoning. Well, her video is not academic or anything, and I'm not going to strawman her as being such, where she's doing some great philosophical video or putting out some academic paper. She's not. But she does take herself way too seriously. You don't always take yourself so seriously on something. You might have a video that is serious, but you'll pinch yourself. So will Dusty. I mean, look at Jacqueline. I mean, she'll pinch herself too and has a great sense of humor. Would you agree with that? I don't see Laci.
Yeah, sure.
You think
I
that
don't see
Laci just
Laci.
takes herself completely seriously?
Oh,
Very
that's kind
much.
of obvious she does, yeah.
Yeah. I think that's one of the problems when you're not able to laugh and that you're offended at everything of every other person. And then you're again, I already asserted about look at how we have our egos when we're vloggers and we're putting ourselves out there with large audiences, and everyone's telling you, hey, you're awesome. And then you're saying fuck everybody else who doesn't like me. It's very easy to just, your ego to grow, and you're going to need some people to, tell you you're wrong sometime.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Because boobs are used to sell everything from burgers to soap, but don't you dare breastfeed out in the open. Because this shocks and terrifies people. I'm not even kidding. You should see some of the looks that I get. I'm a feminist because of how much pressure we put on girls to value their appearance above everything else. Because of labiaplasties, boob jobs, hymenoplasties. Because because our culture considers it normal to cut off part of an infant's penis. I'm a feminist because male orgasm in the movies is rated PG-13, while female orgasm is rated R. I'm a feminist because in 2013 there were over 700 bills proposed to regulate a woman's body. And for men, the rightful number, 0. I'm a feminist because the political body making decisions about my body is over 80% male. Wow. Because men occupy the top rungs of not just politics, but every industry in the world. I'm a feminist because jobs! Women
That's
only
enough,
hold 1 in
Laci.
4 STEM
That's
jobs.
enough.
Hold on.
That's enough. That's enough, Laci. I've had enough. Like, first, like, her reasoning, I was kind of like, well, you know, those are some good little points there, but she's kind of being silly about how she's saying it. But it became ridiculous when it was like, I don't want men making decisions about women. Well, as you have famously stated, TJs, the biology of male and female has marched lockstep together through evolutionary history, and it'd be like this entity are almost like species of women, and then there's this species of man, and how she's stating it is ridiculous. It's worse than being a flat earther. Sounds more logical. Okay, that's ridiculous. It is insane. This is kind of this what is it, I think her name Mary Daly or whatever. There's certain feminists who actually believe this kind of bullshit. They're radical feminists. I want to say there are many types of feminisms. There are many feminists and many feminisms. And this is a ridiculous. And she's just, of course, going right for a gross generalization fallacy of my feminism, which, of course, is something Laci has attacked you, TJ, on, and many others, saying, well, why are you talking about feminism, even though you clarify.
My problem with a lot of this stuff is that she's not really drawing the line for me. Like, she points out, like, here's something in society that I think is bad, and then it's like I'm supposed to know exactly where like, this is bad, therefore we need feminism. Like, I'm not seeing where is the therefore, where is the inference, where is you taking me the rest of the journey, you know?
How about this? How about we need enforced equal due process for all people? How about that? Where is this about? Where is the enforcement? Did Martin Luther King just sit around going, oh, man, y'all, we black people are victims. You know, it's all about these black people, and there are not enough black people here. He went out and marched to get the actual enforcement where people were respected as equals in a variety of social situations that helped all people in society see each other more equally. He didn't do it through hating and trashing and gender profiling people. He didn't go around that. That's sexist, and there's a lot of bigotry here. That's not how you go around building bridges to our fellow human beings. This is hate mongering.
Strong words from Galen.
6% of TV
I think I'm
stations,
being
5%
lied
of
on.
executive positions in the media. Because when I was younger and I took on a leadership role, all the adults in my life said, you're being bossy. And let's not forget that sneaky little pay gap. By the time the average woman reaches 60 years old, she will have made $450,000 less than a man in the same exact position. That's like a fancy ass house, a truckload of chocolate bars, or 10. And hell, I'm not even surprised by it. At my first job, I learned that my less qualified male coworker was making almost twice as much as me. I'm a feminist because the media told me that women are my competition, destroying my friendships with them for almost 20 years. Because gender roles! Because that one-size-fits-all binary that shoves us into boxes.
Are men not forced into competition with each other in the world? I mean, aren't all people kind of like in competition in a capitalistic society?
Yes, we all are. Again,
No, not according to her.
She's putting it, there's a male species and there's a female species.
And
Of course, she'll deny this, but that's what she always does. When does she ever answer criticism?
I mean, I don't know. Not in recent times has she ever really addressed anyone who has anything critical to say about her. I think that she's kind of
what incentive does she really have? She lives in a bubble.
Right. I mean, she's in her insular little world where she doesn't have to engage in any sort of actual debate on this stuff. Which is kind of, you know, I mean, to her own detriment to an extent, because, I mean, you know, if people are able to ask you questions about what you believe, then you can start to think critically about it in your own right. But if you just dismiss everyone's arguments against you, then it's like, oh, well, I'm just right and all these people are idiots.
What was your opinion on Laci's early work, like her early videos? How'd you feel about those?
Who, me?
Yeah, anybody.
First of all, some of her earlier videos were really funny. I actually had come across her, what is like 2007, and I actually knew Laci from other social media sites before the whole YouTube thing in 2008. So that's where I first communicated with her. And then in 2009, there was a debacle between her and TJ, and I was actually the linking person who went between these rooms, and I was telling Laci something in that, and I didn't mean to cause an uproar. And I warned her, like, not to make a video against him, just, hey, communicate. It's, you know, you don't have to shout from room to room, but I warned her it's going to, you know, this is dumb to go make a video, because I knew she was going to go make a video, and I warned her that, and then not to just be crying foul when she's starting drama, and then she went and started drama, and I was there. I actually still have the messages I sent her.
And the great thing about that video that she made about me in 2009, I mean, I don't know if I don't even remember the girl I was.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, we were just earlier today. We were talking about I went
after
after
some TV.
Right, but I went after some girl that was
who was
like a radical, a radical Christian ultra bigot fundamentalist. And I basically at one point I called her a stick with tits, and Laci was like, "How dare you describe a young girl's body like that?" And then there was like she played this like sad piano music over her own video.
And remember the original camera angle,
right? And with that camera angle, like, look at my cleavage and listen to me and hear me cry and listen to this sad music.
I want to point out why that was so ridiculous. You called her a stick with tits because she had, you know, no intellectual basis to speak from. I mean, I understand if a person is extremely, you know, into their religious language game and so forth, that at least they have something that they can grapple onto in the world to see the world with. That's better. There's some people who have nothing at all. I mean, there are certain people who have nothing. They're just completely dumb. She's pretty much that way. This girl that you did, she had a little bit of religious that you could at least try to connect with her own to understand. But she was nothing but a bag of bones and flesh. I mean, there was no brain in there really. And then she was just, you know, regurgitating a lot of bigoted rhetoric. And that's what you were really saying. You're a stick with tits. It was that you don't have a brain.
Right,
it was not just talking about her body and sex. And she strawmanned you and said, you're just being sexist. And she didn't listen to your actual argument.
That's true. And I mean, you know, I think that, you know, if Laci had just made a video that was refuting what I'd said or saying that she felt it was problematic for whatever reason, like I could at least be like, well, you know, I can at least see where you're coming from. But like when you make a video that's so clearly designed to emotionally manipulate your audience into sharing some outrage that you have towards me, then that's just bullshit. And that is exactly the tactic she tried to use in that situation.
But the thing is, I had talked to her, like I messaged her and said, like, don't do this video before she did it. I said, this is gonna, and then you're gonna be crying foul, and then you're gonna do like a social media war with him, and how is that gonna be productive? You know, you don't do that.
And that is pretty much exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
So what happened after that?
You know, I think Laci and I just kind of kept out of each other's way for the most part after that, with like maybe a few little encounters here and there.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
but that was pretty much it.
This
is probably the most I've talked about her since.
Do you want to finish this video?
Sure, we can go through a little more.
And erases who we are. I'm a feminist because in 10th grade someone called my best friend a pussy and it tore him up for weeks. And I realized the worst insult was to be compared to a woman, because boys are shamed for being emotionally open because that's a girl thing and womanhood is weak. Never mind the fact that it was most likely a woman who pushed your body out of her vagina. I'm a feminist because my father never once did the laundry, made dinner, or cleaned the house. When I suggested he help, my grandpa told me.
So it's like, my father was shitty and didn't help out, therefore I'm a feminist.
Yeah, I guess pretty much what she's saying in that regard.
Okay.
I was out of my damn mind. Wow. Out of my mind.
Wow.
Am I taking crazy pills? I'm a feminist because people still say that asexual, bisexual, and trans folk don't exist. I'm a feminist because same-sex marriage is a no-brainer.
I don't-
Because in 34 states...
I would
What?
say, like, in a full, with, like, maybe at least, like, 2/3 of these, I don't even really see the connection to feminism or how it's going to solve the problem, and she really needs
She's just
to,
trying
like,
to claim it for feminism.
It's like, this is what us
But
feminists
which
fight
feminism? Which feminism? There's so many different types. Has anyone not followed the history of freedom movements and from various cultures and times? Does context even fucking matter?
for. No,
I mean,
Galen,
this
it
is
doesn't.
just silly.
Because you know what? Because even if, because you know what their definition of feminism is? If you press them on it, it's like, oh, what's the definition of feminism? Feminism just means men and women should be equal. It's like, okay, well, then how can you claim that it addresses all of this stuff that this video supposedly talks about? And how can you say that's all it is? I mean, there's complex feminist theory that's been developed by, academia for, I don't know.
Yeah,
Galen,
I'm
you
here.
know the history better than me.
So what did I miss?
I'm just asking you, when did why don't you talk a little about the early history of feminism for a second?
Well, I mean, there have been movements for the freedom of women, but all people. For universal suffrage. This goes back with abolitionists, and they're the freedom of women. I mean, and not just of white women, but the actual first wave feminism was born off of pushing aside certain universal suffragists that were for all minorities, for everybody. I mean, everyone having the right to vote and other enforced rights and having equal due process, which was not being done.
So you're basically saying that even like the first wave feminism basically was...
First wave feminism was bigoted and it was racist because it was for white women and it championed itself with, Susan B. Anthony did, with actually like conservative Christian women. And that's what it did. It was just like, to hell with all the minorities, to hell with all these people. We'll get the right for women to vote, but it's mainly for just white women. And that's all that matters. And so it was extremely bigoted in what they did. And then it just kind of dissolved from there. They didn't pursue any, universal suffrage and for equal due process, universal equal due process for anyone. They just abandoned everyone else. I mean, if you look at the feminist history of feminist movements, it is not like those of the civil rights movement of the 60s. That was very different. It had a very different tone to it, because the movement of like the 60s, or what was Martin Luther King was doing, was founded in one essential thing, and that is, if your rights, TJ or Scotty, your rights are violated, so are mine. Everyone, if one person's rights, if you see Mike Brown getting shot, then that means you're vulnerable, despite gender, race, anything. That everyone can be affected by this. Not, I'm a woman and no one can understand me. It was about empathy. It was about understanding another and reaching people. A lot of what is being done today and has been done is just a very gender profiling, bigoted, sexist, and racist that has gone on throughout various feminisms. I'm not ripping all feminisms. There are good qualities to it as well, but I'm not a feminist because of those reasons. But besides, I don't like to be put in with a lot of things. I have trouble being put in with atheism. I mean, it's just, I'm very independent. I don't want to be associated with any type of certain movements and ideologies like, oh, that thing, that's what I am. I identify, and I could just say, whatever the issue, that's what I am. And that's what most people do. And I don't want any of that. I'm like, fuck all that. I'm a person, and I want to be a just person and just to other people in society and in civilization. Isn't that what part of being civilized and a civilization is about? But we're not being very civilized, are we? Why do we even have a civilization anymore?
I'm not convinced we do.
I think TJ's a firm ice creamist.
Yeah, I believe in ice cream.
He believes in ice cream for sure. He's like, you know what?
Wait a minute.
I take a stand on this
Scotty.
issue.
Well, he took a stand on a banana split.
Oh, I see.
It'll never die, TJ.
It will never die.
It will never die.
Let's move on from Laci Green.
Yeah.
Let's move on to
But
some crazy people.
she was showing us maps, though.
maps.
I mean,
we need to see.
Yeah,
these
let's see the maps. Yeah, we got to see maps.
All right.
Maps.
Legal to discriminate against someone who's transgender. Really?
Really?
I'm a feminist because of feminism.
I don't know. Those were the maps. I guess it had something to do with
transgender.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
How is that a feminist issue?
I don't know. It's not, but somehow it is. Family Guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we probably won't watch this whole video, but...
It's 19 minutes long, so
Yeah.
it's unlikely.
Are we done with Laci?
We're done with Laci.
Yeah.
Well, I want to put out something. There's someone called the Factual Feminist, Christina Hoff Sommers. You can get her on Twitter at CH Summers, SOMMERS. She is a feminist, but she really goes against the grain of a lot. I really do enjoy her, and I strongly suggest her to, if anybody wants to look at feminism from another angle. And she's the author of Who Stole Feminism? ? So I strongly recommend reading up about feminisms and looking into it, and that's a good place to start.
All right. Family Guy, Boston Marathon, and Robin Williams.
Yeah, this is a strange conspiracy theory video.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, this is scary.
Fair use statement.
Yeah.
The following video is improved
Ladies
for
and
awake
gentlemen,
audiences.
welcome to Seth MacFarlane's putrid palette of predictive programming, Pandemonium. Brought to you by Seth MacFarlane, sleazebag trader who works for the satanic cabal that runs the entertainment industry.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah, he works for Satan. Just throwing that out there.
Of course
He
he
says
does.
it's abhorrent when people recognize and point out his sneaky little clues that he inserts into his stupid cartoons, foreshadowing the events manufactured by the same cabal that pays him very well to do so.
Seth MacFarlane has criticized an online hoax clip of his animated series Family Guy, which was edited to make it look like main character Peter Griffin planned explosions at the Boston Marathon. MacFarlane called the clip abhorrent, and the original episode, which aired last month and did depict the main character running people over in his car at the marathon, has been pulled by Fox Broadcasting.
The lamestream media, controlled by the same people, repeats what he says, of course. No one investigates, and people continue to tune into Family Guy and American Dad without realizing they're being brainwashed and programmed to accept the cabal's plans.
Why do they always talk about the media like it's just one big thing?
Because it is.
Is it?
It's just one big... It's just every branch of the media...
Lamestream media.
is just another one of
Satan's tentacles. You can at least have
tentacles.
a little context. You can have corporate media. You have, social media bloggers. You have people responding, and they're even media too. Even a lot
Galen,
of
that's too
people
nuanced. To them,
Those are all just different
it's just
forms
like
of Satan.
media. Media.
My God,
There's-
I'm hurting all the people who are out there listening. Am I doing that again? I'm sorry. It's kind of like that Dave Chappelle argument on the whole
Someone's
nigger
having a
thing. It's
seizure now
like
because of the
kryptonite
end.
to a
They're like,
nigger is a
Galen's
book.
wrong. I hate him.
Yeah.
We lose
I had to
Galen.
bring up the nigger argument that Dave Chappelle had about kryptonite and its books. So.
Dave
Let's
Chappelle.
do the media's job and take a look at the two most recent events he's foreshadowed for his evil masters, the Boston faked bombings and the death of Robin Williams. If a little bit of thought is applied to the seemingly random elements of the cartoon, one
I
can
see.
see that we're actually watching a satanic ritual where the names, dates, places, circumstances, and even minuscule details of a future
It's
seemingly
comedy.
surprise event
It's
are
comedy. It doesn't matter if it's not comedy. It's comedy. That's what it should be taken as. This is like, wow, these people are fucking geniuses. They're the
We're about
greatest
to-
pose ever.
Galen, you haven't even heard yet their evidence, so you need to take them seriously.
Look, I'm telling you, even Grindel understands how awesome this is.
Just play him the first clip. He needs to hear how good the evidence is for this shit.
actually planned down to the tiniest detail and shown to us in advance.
Yeah.
MacFarlane's cartoons are one of their favorite places to do this. Let's start with Boston. First of all, in the episode entitled Turban Cowboy, which aired on St. Patrick's Day, March 17, 2013, only 29 days before the April 15th Boston Marathon, many details of the cartoon allude to the fake bombings and the official story afterward. At 1 minute and 11 seconds in, the main character's friend mentions that he used to be a horse whisperer, which is interesting because the main character in the movie Horse Whisperer has an accident on her horse and needs to have her leg amputated. I'm sure I don't have to tell you how amputation relates to what supposedly went on in Boston.
Dun
on
dun
October 2019.
dun!
Whoa!
Oh my!
She cracked the code.
He mentioned he was a horse whisperer, and in the movie, the horse whisperer, a character, gets her leg amputated, which happened at the Boston bombing. Oh my God! You can see how this web connects, Scotty.
Conspiracy theorists are so stupid. It's hard to even respond to such stunning ignorance and stupidity, and like this huge logical leap she is making. Like, the TV show referenced a movie, and what happens when people get paralyzed? Their leg gets amputated, and what happened with the Boston Marathon? Oh, it's like, that's what? No.
I think it's very connected.
That
I think
is
it's
not
a
at
very
all connected.
strong connection. That's not at all tenuous at all.
And they're talking about the media, but then she's talking about film and entertainment. That doesn't really make any sense. Hail Hydra!
At about 2 minutes and 40 seconds in, Harrison Ford is seen throwing skydivers off of a plane.
Wow, is that Harrison Ford? Yeah, it said in the brochure that he assists with all the jumps.
It's not referencing a movie.
Get off my plane! Get off my plane! Get off my plane!
But why
Just
are
like
they
if there's a
referencing that
Russian
movie?
terrorist off a plane in the movie Air Force One.
Get off my plane.
Yeah.
Our supposed Boston bombers are from Chechnya, a federally
Oh!
covered operation. The main premise of the whole episode is that the main character, Peter Griffin, converts to Islam. One of the supposed Boston terrorists, supposedly the bombing mastermind, was also a convert to Islam. Here's Tamerlan, our Boston bombing patsy Islam convert, right up next to Peter's friend Mahmoud.
They're
who
the
gets him to convert to
same
Islam.
fucking person. How do you explain that shit? I'm not hearing any explanations.
Yeah.
No one can fucking explain this.
Nobody can explain.
Scotty?
Why the fuck would I have an explanation for this dumb shit?
Ben?
You know, if they're just trying to draw a cartoon of what like a Middle Eastern guy would look like, I mean, whatever. It doesn't look exactly like
It
him.
looks exactly like him down to the last feature. It's like looking at a mirror.
It's a cartoon.
Galen, what do you think?
I'm just eating popcorn and listening at this point.
Poor Galen. All right, Ben.
At 3 minutes and 40 seconds, Peter is seen driving a car down a street, running over marathon participants. There are dead bodies and body parts on the ground and a big swath of red blood trailing behind his car. Though this had never happened before, we would see this same sort of scene on Boylston Street in Boston less than a month later at the marathon.
Holy shit.
I'm trying to figure out which scene looks more cartoonish.
Oh!
And Peter is asked by a cartoon.
I see. Which scene looks more cartoonish? The Boston Marathon was obviously just an elaborate pageant. Galen, do you think the Boston Marathon happened?
Did it happen? Yeah, they have it every
Sure.
fucking year.
No, I meant like the time that everyone died.
Did they have a bombing? Yeah.
They had a. So you believe the mainstream media, Galen? So you believe anything?
Brainwashed.
You believe
Wait a
everything
minute.
the mainstream media tells you,
Wait a
huh?
minute. I got most of the news from actual people in social media, not mainstream, that friggin' reported it. It's the 21st century.
Actors. Actors.
What?
Paid actors.
Paid actors, right.
Paid
Where's
actors
your-
on the scene, Galen.
Where's your evidence, Scotty?
They're on
Conspiracy theorist?
Satan's payroll.
Our evidence is that we just know. We have a good feeling about it.
Our evidence is that it could be so.
More than
therefore
a
it is.
feeling.
Scotty is one of those Laci greeners. It's I know because I said so.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
Galen.
So what, Galen?
So
We
let me
have
guess,
proof.
Galen. Do you believe that the terrorists are responsible for 9/11, or do you know the truth that it was our government?
Well, I mean, I think it's very clear what happened.
Is it, Galen?
Is
It's
it
clear
what?
that
You're
bombs were
offering a
planted
false
in the
dichotomy.
towers, and
I mean,
then
It
then they
it's
went
linked
off,
to
and the
very
towers
people
were
who-
destroyed.
It's
It was
linked
an
to the
inside
very
job.
people who originally hit them at the 93 bombing. That's what it's linked to. Ramzi Youssef, who was caught in, 94, 95. They had
Ramzi
it-
Youssef.
Yeah.
More
He was
like
the original
George
one.
W. Bush.
The lamestream media telling more lies.
Yeah.
Galen
Yeah.
just believes everything the mainstream media tells
The
him.
lamestream media.
We all know that Daffy Duck is responsible for 9/11.
I would say that's accurate. Bugs and Daffy, they were just like,
Hey, Bugs had nothing to fucking do with it.
yeah, he did, motherfucker. He was the
Well,
mastermind.
On that matter, we must agree to disagree.
And you've been brainwashed by the lamestream media as well.
Which one? The left media, mainstream media, or the right?
It's all the
Because remember
same.
It's
all the
Rick,
same.
You got to do a false.
It's a
politics,
Hydra.
man.
It's a Hydra, man. It's the Hydra. The body's the same. The heads sprout up.
You mean
Doesn't matter.
Satan? It's just a choice between Satan or
Excuse
Satan.
me, Scotty.
Satan in two
I'm
different
gonna have to go to war
costumes.
with Scotty here. Okay, excuse me. Shut up, TJ.
Gotcha.
There's a left and a right. We have to play the logical fallacy card here because you don't think Shield is going to have their own nationalistic propaganda.
I think that you're referring to the Marvel shit. That is also a conspiracy. Like, basically, there is a real Hydra. And, like, you know, that movie was trying to show us that people can actually, if they fight against it, can win. But the truth is they cannot win.
Well, I'm going to refute that, and real quickly. I'm just going to take you out.
It's impossible to refute me. It's impossible.
Yeah. Hydra my dick. There, I refuted you.
Hydra, your dick is a Hydra.
I don't have a microscope to see it.
There's so many coming out.
Galen's dick has like 50 heads.
Yeah.
Galen wishes he had. I think Galen was reading some shit about the Salem witch trials or something. If he's talking about his head having his penis having different heads.
Yeah.
Let's move on to yet another story.
Oh.
Are we doing?
I guess let's do one more story, then take our break.
Hey, Scotty. Jesus, man.
Is that from a movie or a show, or what is that from?
I don't know. I don't.
No
fucking know.
one knows.
All right, so we'll do this story, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and do more. Here we go.
Naked devil statue.
And completely
This is
unashamed.
awesome.
Something straight from the underworld, now exposed for Vancouver to see.
A little bit creepy. I'm sure people
Awesome.
might have a little problem with their kids driving by and being like, "Mommy, what's that?"
It's the devil with his
Erected on
dick
a
out.
pedestal by someone, for some reason, clearly a lover of rock and roll, but leaving no
awesome. It's
pitchfork
like going,
and no clothes.
Wow.
Well, Satan's fucking hung his shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
That statue is hilarious. I wish we had something like that around here.
We need to build it or commission it or something.
Yeah, we do.
Galen, do you know who made that statue?
I have no idea. It was probably Laci Green.
Laci Green.
Yeah, she used to ride that one, but then she upgraded and she just threw that one out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Either.
It's pretty crazy. I guess nobody has any idea where it came from or what it's for.
Slut-shame
Suspect
Laci.
maybe UBC students, one of their pranks, or local artists trying to get some attention.
Did the
Did a
people
good
have no
job.
audio or something?
It brought dozens of gawkers, some disgusted, others
They're showing the
with
people,
devilish
but
grins.
you can't hear what they're
Satan.
saying.
I can hear what they're saying.
Oh. I guess
Can you, TJ?
Yeah, I can hear what the people. What do you mean? Yeah, I can hear what the
I
people
can
are
hear
saying.
you guys, but I can't hear them.
You can't hear who?
Like, I hear Galen and you guys, but I don't hear anything on the...
You don't hear the video?
Yeah, I don't hear the audio.
Well, that's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. We can hear it.
Scotty's a fucking loser.
I'm with
Stan-
Scotty on this one. It's Scotty and myself versus you two.
Oh,
So you two need to
so-
die.
You can hear it though.
Where a statue of Christopher Columbus once stood, right off the SkyTrain line for thousands to see.
I think they're trying to
I
say
think
that
it's
Christopher
funny that someone
Columbus
puts
is
so
a
much
devil
work
who raped the
into-
native people.
Yeah.
That's my take on that.
See, this is in Canada, and I guess it's still up. But I think if this shit was in the U.S. somewhere,
it'd
they
be
would have
gone.
like scrambled to take it down. We can't allow a giant devil cock to be out in the open.
Sure, we can.
Everyone just looks really amused by it.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, what the hell is that?
That's weird. Nate.
Making such a ridiculous statue
was in
for
British
everyone on the
Columbia, I'd go see the
SkyTrain to
devil
go by
statue.
and see.
But if it was meant for humor,
Oh, they took it
Oh,
down.
what the fuck?
Boo!
You assholes. Fuck you.
Oh, and they broke
Oh,
it.
he was about to grab the cock.
His hand was hovering over the cock for a second. He's like, I
It was
better
like,
not touch
no,
He almost grabbed it.
it'll be on the news. Me grabbing the cock.
These fucking assholes, man.
Pieces of shit.
I think he should have grabbed the
Where do
cock.
these fucking British Columbians
TJ.
get off?
Yeah.
Hey, TJ.
What's up?
I had another comment about feminism. I had to put up thinking about this with, the devil and so forth. And one of the problems of modern feminism is they're really going back at Christianity here as rebelling against it and then doing the same thing where it was in the Garden of Eden, it was, women that sinned and, original sin. Now they're saying, no, it was man. You're the sinful one. You're the sinful one. It's you, the male, that is so sinful. We are perfect. We're the goddess. They're reclaiming their godhood.
Neat. I could kind of see that. Trying to invert the myth.
Right. Yeah, that's what it's doing. And societies around the world work. We think in storytelling fashion. And that's how we work. I mean, look at all the stories. You could watch dramas, or you can just watch the news and all the fucking bullshit because they got as many writers for Obama. They got more writers for Obama than they have for fucking TV shows. So writers are everywhere.
The Manchurian Candidate. All right, Galen, we're going to a break. Do you want to come back with us when we come back on, or what?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
How long?
Probably about 10 minutes.
Okay.
See you soon.
TJ'saliar.net.
Fuck it! Fuck it! Fuck it! Fuck it! Fucking sucks!
Yeah.
So you want me to get Galen back on right now?
Okay.
All right.
I don't think my headset's working.
Really?
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Got no snare in my headphones.
Can you hear Galen?
Can I, Galen?
Yeah.
I can hear him very faintly.
That's weird.
You can hear me? Wow. That's awesome.
Oh wait, now I'm hearing him better.
Okay.
This thing is like fucked. Hold on.
Yeah, you probably have to.
I was sitting on it. My fat ass.
Yeah,
is
I
on
was
it.
sitting on it, and it was in another place.
Yeah.
Now it's like
Shut up, Galen.
Smudge on it.
Shut the fuck up, Galen, before I smack you upside your face.
Oh,
What's on your mind?
You want to put it in my face, do you?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Yeah. Ben says yeah a lot. I don't know if you guys have noticed that or not.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? Ben may be the most perverted guy on this show. He's always just like for everything, like, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Like you sick motherfucker.
All right.
What kind of bullshit do we have now?
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson.
God bless Mike Tyson.
Watched him on television, right? I mean, in the States, you know, he's a big, the big hit in the States. Big hit. Now, some of your critics would say, you know, there's a race for mayor. We know you're a convicted rapist. This can hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that? Hey, I don't know who said that. You're the only one I heard say that. You know what I mean?
He's the only one you've heard say that you're a convicted rapist?
Yeah, that's kind of surprising. Didn't you serve in prison?
Yeah, for how many years?
Didn't you go to trial?
Yeah. That's the first time I'm hearing of this. I don't think so.
It's like, damn, Mike, you don't have much of a memory.
You know, I liked what Mike Tyson said about the show Breaking Bad.
What'd he say?
That was my thing. He said, "Stop messing around."
Okay.
I have no comment to that, you know, because it's negative, and you're being negative, and I met the mayor, right, and nothing they can do about it.
We actually had a really good time. We talked
met
about
the
George
mayor.
Stravello, who's a legend in your city, great man, with whom Mike spent quite a bit of time yesterday talking about.
You can just see Mike wanting to rape
It's
him.
so interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, you got comments.
And this is live on like a Toronto news thing.
Wait. So what about him meeting the mayor? What happened?
Tyson met Mayor Rob Ford in Toronto.
Okay,
Yeah, I mean,
and so what's the big deal, or why are they bringing up?
They're saying
past
something about.
conviction?
They're just
Because he's a convicted rapist.
They're
is
just
what
saying like, oh, isn't it weird that this convicted rapist is, you know, going around meeting the mayor and shit? And
Wait a minute. I want to defend Tyson here. I got to say, well, what's
Sure.
the problem with somebody who's convicted of a crime that served their sentence and paid their dues meeting someone? Are they somehow ostracized for life?
This
What
isn't
kind
the
of
most
totalitarian
prestigious
concept
mayor.
is this?
This isn't exactly.
Oh, he had some drug usage. Let's demonize him. Yeah, that's really. Yeah, he's a heretic to the moral majority. Right.
Right.
But I mean, like, the thing is, like, it's not like this guy is saying, like, you're a piece of shit because you're a convicted rape. I mean, he's just, like, asking about it. Like, does that come into play, people's perceptions and all that stuff? And Tyson's just like, oh, well, you a piece of shit for asking me about that. You know?
Well, he's got some brain damage. Leave him alone.
You know, I think that Tyson wants to do more than be mad at him, but, you know.
Leave him alone! He got hit in the head! He's injured!
Tyson looks like he wants to rape him. I think that's what's going through his mind.
Yeah, I think so.
He's like, oh, man, you pressed the rape button.
Ray Rice had a concussion, too. He didn't mean to do that.
Our stream status is bad.
Yeah, well, what can you do?
We're bad streams.
You're a bad stream, TJ.
Bad stream. Bad.
I think everything's going okay, though.
All right, let's progress with this clip, see what goes on.
He said, fuck you. You know, we're doing live TV. I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? All right, you got a show that you're doing tonight. We are. You know, a lot of people. We are. Where it comes raw and it's the real truth. Yeah, a lot of people will be there to see your show. Just tell us a bit about it. You know, it speaks for itself. I didn't want to start the show. All right, it's a Broadway production. It went to Vegas. It went to actually 28 cities in the United States.
Why could I have to give like Mike Tyson like a mouthpiece? Just like, yeah, you just give short responses and I'll explain what's going on here.
To bring it here, and we're actually going to Monaco on October 9th. We're going to be in Monte Carlo.
Right. Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare? I don't know. It's more nerve-wracking for me here talking to a rap piece of shit like you.
I love Mike Tyson.
It's more nerve-wracking for me to be here talking to a rat piece of shit like you.
Yeah, he probably wants to beat the fuck out of that dude, but obviously he can't.
He should. He should.
That'd be hilarious.
Be true to
That'd be
himself,
awesome.
huh, Galen?
It'd be like he just gets on there and he's like Mike Tyson from 1988, and he's just he knocks him out in 10 seconds.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I think even in Mike Tyson's current condition, seconds to knock that dude out.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
I think one well-placed hook to the face would probably take care of it.
All right, let's just finish it up, TJ.
Well, how about one really good bite on the ear?
That's true. Just bite his face off. He's already bit off an ear. Maybe it's time to bite off a nose.
Yeah.
I think it's time for a nose.
He could go for Game of Thrones type shit there. Yeah.
You want to see? I know Galen. Galen is a sick fuck, so I know Galen probably wants to see Tyson like disembowel this guy with a fucking fork or something.
He bit his dick off.
You gonna bite his dick off?
Yeah, no, that's what Tyson should do. He's like, oh no, this pit's really bad, and he bites his dick off, you know, and then spits it out. Yeah.
What does he say afterwards?
Well, he gulps and then he's like, "Oh shit, I swallowed."
Okay.
All right, we're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming in. Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you. The guy's just like.
Oh, what can you do at that point? I mean, you've already pissed him off. He's not gonna. That's the end of it.
CJ, you got to get Mike Tyson on this show. That would be awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Mike Tyson would probably get pissed at us pretty quick.
Well, as long as he's not actually here, then that's fine.
Joining us now, live via satellite.
Yeah.
Convicted rapist Mike Tyson. How you doing tonight, Mike? Rape any good women lately?
How does it feel to squander a huge fortune?
Yeah.
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 Remember when your kid died, Mike? It's like, oh my god.
Holy shit.
Oh man, TJ, I think you would kick your ass for that one.
It just went a little too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to say that.
Galen would say it.
What you need to ask him is, I mean, how many people did he rape in prison?
How do you know he wasn't the raped one in prison?
I'm pretty sure he wasn't.
I'm pretty sure he was raping in prison.
I don't know, man.
I mean, because he would...
Maybe he wanted to try a little role reversal, learn some empathy.
Yeah, former heavyweight champion of the world would probably be the one doing the raping.
Well, somehow they never convicted him any of those. They don't really, prosecutors really, for some reason, don't go after that, which is unfortunate.
Yeah. Prison rape. Anyway, what's next?
Pretty much questions.
You ready to answer some questions?
It's
with us,
questions.
Yeah.
Questions.
It's time to answer questions. Let's answer them.
I have a question for you, TJ. Why are you so ugly?
I don't know.
Oh.
Bad genetics, I guess.
Hello, Drunken Peasants.
You're
before I ask
blurry,
my
no one
questions,
likes
I'll
you.
give a
Hello.
bit of a preface. We've seen Richard Dawkins and the likes of Christopher Hitchens debunk religion on a scientific ground, and we now know religion doesn't, obviously provide an accurate model of reality. However, we still have people that subscribe to it, and although a lot of these people are delusional, like G-Man, we still, from personal experience, there are a lot of friends that subscribe to religion who are capable of critically thinking, and they've told me the reason they believe in religion is because it's gives them a sense of community. You know, it binds them to their family and their friends, and you know, it gives them rituals, so they invest in it and don't really want to let it go. And this is a problem because you're having people, intelligent people, you know, hold themselves back. And this leads me on to my next point, which is, I feel the problem with skeptic movements is it gets rid of religion, but doesn't replace it with anything. So my question to you, Drunken Peasants, is
why does it need replaced?
If there was a central ideology based on skepticism, what sort of tenets would you want to be part of that? That you could get behind and you could subscribe to?
Oh, Galen seems eager to answer.
So he's asking, you know, what to replace religious language games with, correct?
Right, exactly, yes.
Well, the thing about it is when you get into, you know, replacing the language games, a lot of language games, religious ones are dying. I mean, they're just replaced with a lot of political ones that are instead of offering a mythical transcendence that are promises that you can interact with in your life inwardly. Now it's completely outwardly, where they're like, we'll get you to the promised land with Obama. Hey, come with Romney. Yeah, and he's with Jesus.
Your own
it's different,
personal.
Man, I would just think when you said that, how gullible you'd have to believe that Romney would do anything for you, unless you were like a billionaire.
Romney's coming. Romney's coming to stick his big Mormon cock.
Tens of millions
ass.
would be okay too, but
I'm thinking about oral sex.
Me too.
Ben's thinking about oral sex with Bill.
Ben O'Reilly.
Ben O'Reilly.
No. I mean, like, why does religion need a replacement? I don't understand. Like, what gap is it gonna leave? I mean, it's like,
there is a gap. There are different language.
It's like,
gaps.
we don't believe in dragons anymore. What are we going to replace them with?
Okay, all language is not universal. That's the problem, TJ.
Right.
It's not. They're different cultural systems, and they're different religious ones. There's always gaps. There's gaps all over the world. I mean, you can speak English. That doesn't mean we understand one another, and that's the problem in the world today.
Like,
I mean,
Bill O'Reilly does not speak the same English as I do. Right.
Most people don't. There are gaps. Everyone on the internet there should be a little symbol where everyone accesses the internet. It should be said, mind the gap, the meaning gap in language.
Or the anal gap. That's another one you have to look out for on the internet, especially.
Yeah. But the really what it's leading into, if you want to talk about skepticism, is individualism. And, you know, we're going with Nietzschean thinking, not within the group hive mind. And that's where you're going. So he's advocating, how do you replace one group on with another group activity? And it's like, well, there are always going to be group activities. But what people need to champion here is individualism with higher reasoning skills, regardless of your language game. Even if you're a Christian, you're any of that.
Let me ask you a question with that. I mean, even with the individuality thing, do you think some people, they kind of take it a little too far and they like sort of become so divergent from anyone else's thought that they become isolated within their own little world, and they have no means of communicating with
you're
others?
Getting into solipsism. I mean,
right.
But the thing is, all language, we're a social species. Okay, so we're not solipsist. That's silly. I mean, that's resolved. I mean, anyone can withdraw and become delusional in their own way. I mean, that can happen to anyone, but we need to reach out to other people. I mean, I want to comment one thing, because I never did, about the Robin Williams suicide. One of the things with suicide is that, you know, there's a biological part to us with severe depression. It can happen to anyone, or even people with mental illness. That there's a part of there, like take 1/3. And there's a social aspect. It's another third. Let's just take this. I'm not trying to speak clinically about any of this either. Just so you know, this is just me. And then there's another third, that you have some, you know, autonomy over your own being. That's another third. And you gotta take responsibility for that third, and may those people around you be there for you to give a helping hand. And then there's another third that you really have no control over. And when those all go wrong, you're fucked. So, I mean, but the parts that you do have control over in your life, you have to be an individual.
I think most people like to think that they just preside over their own mind, like some
they
sort
want
of
to
God.
think. Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
do. They the God complex. Yeah, the I God too.
Like, I'm in total control
Yeah,
of
I have no
myself at all
subconscious.
times.
You know, I don't do things in routines or patterns. I don't, you know, they want to believe that everything is totally in their control, which is not even true. That couldn't be further from the truth.
Anyway, let's move on to another question because I know we have quite a few.
Anyway,
Anyway,
as Danielle
TJ's an
says,
idiot.
Anyways,
Scotty is a god.
Hello, Drunken Peasants podcast. My question to you guys is, I know this may be a
So
slightly difficult
pan
question
every
to answer,
day.
but do any of you guys have an all-time favorite song, just in general, spanning all genres, all artists, all whatever?
I can answer for TJ.
Just all-time favorite song.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey.
Ben's favorite song is Cowboy
Cowboy Baby
by Kid Rock. Ben loves that song.
My favorite song is God, that's so tough. I'd probably have to say the John Cena entrance song. It's so wonderful. And,
Is it my turn?
Me and Ben were actually sitting there the other day.
Go ahead, Galen.
No, TJ, this is really important. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Galen. Me and Ben were sitting the other day. I'm like, Ben, what's your favorite song? And he's like, man, it's really tough, but I'm gonna have to tell you that I can't really answer that question, but if I had to point you in one direction, just listen to John Cena's entrance song over and over again, because it's changed my life for the better.
I'm just going to go, with Beethoven, getting into Ode to Joy and going into his Ninth Symphony. I'm just going to go there. And
That's far too intellectual
people.
and highbrow for the show, Galen. Please make
No, it is. I'm going to disprove you. All you have to do is go to the Clockwork Orange soundtrack, look up the Ode to Joy track on it. It's just a few minutes. That's all you got to do.
No, that's far too highbrow for our show. We like you to select something more mediocre.
Select something with the word pussy in it.
Okay. All right. I'll get something better. Ready to Die by Iggy and the Stooges. It's a lot like Reflecting God by Marilyn Manson.
There you go.
Okay, that's better.
That is acceptable. Anyway, what's next?
This dude.
Very
Hey, Drunken Peasants, so my question to you guys
Hello,
is...
comrade.
Who's your
Drink much
favorite serial
vodka.
killer and why? Personally, mine is Jeffrey Dahmer because he was the most caring
Why did
cannibal
they kill them?
out there. He
Kill
really
so
took
many.
care of his meat and lovers, and he was a good guy.
Are you sure you're not doing it?
Who's his favorite? Who are our favorite serial killers?
Yeah, and he said he really took care of his
Okay.
meat.
I'll go last.
He took
I'll
care
go
of
first.
it by eating it. That's how he took care of it.
Scotty,
I don't know.
who's your favorite serial killer?
He took care of his meat.
You know what? I would have to say Albert Fish because, just the wacky shit he did and just, the descriptions of, the things he did, which is, it's almost like it was detached. You know what I mean? It was almost like... Oh, what's that?
He was severely mentally ill, an attached.
Oh, yeah.
Totally he was disassociated. He had, and his family had a history of mental illness and religious hysteria. He also couldn't decipher, when he thought about drinking the blood and eating the flesh, he really thought it was literal and was out of his mind. The poor fellow, he shouldn't have been executed. He was severely mentally ill, and he should have been his whole life.
The Catholics
in a
actually
hospital.
believe that through the power of transubstantiation, it is the literal blood and flesh of Christ. So.
Yeah.
So really, that is. You Christians are supposed to take it literally, to some extent. At least the Catholics think so.
Well, no, I'm not with eating children. I think you're going a little too far. I think you're projecting, TJ.
I don't know, but I don't know, Galen. I think that's
what about
I think that Albert
about you,
Fish is
TJ?
actually had the correct interpretation.
Okay,
Ben should go first. We're going in.
So
TJ's favorite serial killer is himself. He's like, yeah.
What about Ben?
I like Son of Sam.
Son of Sam.
Yeah, the fucking dog talking to him and shit like that. Yeah.
I would, I'd actually have to go with the Zodiac just because I like his sense of style and I like how he basically made an entire city dance to his beat.
Another good one was BTK. Do you remember him?
Yeah, and
he actually was so dumb though.
He got away with it forever.
But he got caught because
he sent a floppy disk to the police.
Yeah, he sent a floppy disk, and they were able to figure out that it came from his church. And he was devoutly religious, just like Albert Fish.
And a cop, actually. He was some sort of law enforcement.
That's wonderful.
Yep,
Well,
BTK.
I have two.
And Galen is my second favorite serial killer.
My runner-up, this is the runner-up, I'm not going to go into him much, is Officer Friendly. He gets away and kills people all the time. He beats them, hurts them, abuses and tortures them. officer friendly. He gets away with it. They never seem to arrest him. He gets around the world. He's everywhere. He was, in Ferguson. And he was killing people and shooting them.
It's okay, Galen.
That's
for your protection.
my runner-up. Right, he's protected. So, but
Yeah,
number one is Jack the Ripper. And contrary to views that they have now solved the case, that was the most silly, logically fallacy-ridden bullshit that they put out this week about him. They did not catch that.
They said he was a
silly.
Polish immigrant. Yeah.
Well, well, first of all, it goes back to very bigoted statements 20 years after the fact about a guy. Now, they did possibly link him to something, this piece of cloth that was at one of the crime scenes, but he lived like not too far away. I mean, he was there. He could have interacted with her. There was no other thing to link him to any other crime scenes, and that's just like a correlation fallacy. And then they're strawmanning, and then they're building on anti-Semitism against Jews and saying, well, those fucking Jews, you know how they are, and that's just ridiculous. Like, not that they didn't even go into this, but yeah, Jack the Ripper, and he also, whoever was Jack the Ripper, had amazing detail of surgical techniques, because he basically performed an autopsy on a woman live who was living and killed her. So they, of course, just cherry-picked around that.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
His name
was
he's still alive.
No.
Jack the Ripper lives.
Okay, you're an idiot.
My question for the
Batman.
Either from DC or Marvel, it doesn't matter. Who is the best superhero of all time?
What about non-DC or Marvel
also,
superheroes?
Scotty is still the less amazing atheist. Go TJ.
Dude, you're one ugly, sad motherfucker. I would beat the fuck out of his little pussy ass.
I have a question about this question.
Go ahead, Ben. Galen.
Mythological superheroes, or just like comic book superheroes or movie superheroes?
He's a moron, so he can't really, he just knows Marvel, DC. That's all he knows.
Scotty hates that guy.
I would punch that dude in the face if he tried to say some shit like that to me. I don't give a fuck. That's
Scotty,
my personality.
I would help you.
Yeah, thank you.
Galen will hold him down while Scotty punches him.
Dude, I'm going to be punching him too.
Exactly.
We're going to beat the shit. We're going to kill that guy.
You're just going to beat the shit out of him.
I'm getting the gasoline.
Oh my God.
It's gone very Reservoir Dogs here on the Drunken Peasants podcast.
Zippo's not lying yet. All right, TJ, do you have an answer to this horrible question?
I would go with Batman, probably.
Batman.
I like Batman.
Ben.
That's fucking lame.
Batman.
I actually like Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel, huh?
Yeah, because he starts off as a little kid, and then he gains all the powers of like the strength of Hercules and
oh man, I can't even decide.
Wisdom
honestly.
of Solomon.
I honestly can't pick one. It's too hard for me. What about you, Galen?
I'm going to go all mythological, but in great literature and drama and the superheroes, or even in great comic books, sometimes the hero is also a villain, because as George R.R. Martin has said, every person's hero is another person's villain. So I'm going to go with Achilles from the Iliad. That's mine. I also am a big fan of Luke Skywalker. That's another one. So, but as for comic books, I'm not really sure. I mean, you could say I'll go with someone in comic books. I'm going to pick Vladek Spiegelman, who survived the Holocaust, who's a real person that was written about by Art Spiegelman in the graphic novels Maus, M-A-U-S. The best comic books ever written, in my opinion. And he's just incredible.
Captain America for
pick.
Galen.
No.
What?
Captain America.
No, I don't think Galen
I think
would
he
pick
said
Captain
the Green Ranger. Maybe.
The Green Ranger?
Yes.
I picked the Green Ranger as well.
Go, Power Rangers! Mighty Morphin Power Rangers!
Gen from Barefoot Gen, too.
No, Galen.
Godzilla.
You don't understand what a superhero
TJ picks
is.
Godzilla.
Godzilla is a superhero.
Mainly because TJ wants to jerk off to Godzilla porn.
Oh, Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Fuck Mothra, yes!
We don't have time to listen to you fucking draw, bitch. Luke the Artist, 696.
96. 69.
I drew a fucking dragon, bitch. Look at my crazy dragon. Yeah.
Hello, Drunken Peasants. My
Hello.
name is
How are you?
Computer 06,
The
and
artist.
My question for you guys is, do any of you guys have any sort of artistic talents at all? Or maybe
No.
like when you were in high school, did you ever take any art classes? And if you did, what'd you think of them?
Ben can play a guitar. I can doodle.
No.
Scotty has nothing.
Nothing.
I took like drawing
I
and
can
painting.
I
and
can throw
sculpting
paint at a
classes.
wall. That's about it.
I was really bad at sculpting and not very good at drawing or painting.
You suck, Ben.
I do.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
You
I can't
suck
draw
dick,
shit.
man. I can draw. I've always liked drawing. I've drawn my whole life. I've really liked.
I've known Galen.
I've actually drawn out some.
I've known Galen for a long time, and I've yet to see him draw or anything he has drawn. This is pretty strange.
You haven't seen anything I've drawn?
No, I've never.
Dude,
I've
Galen
literally
didn't-
never seen it.
Galen gave you a drawing one time.
No, he didn't.
No, you gave me a drawing. You gave me a
I
drawing, TJ.
I gave him a drawing.
Oh, okay. I
the
reversed
first
that.
time we ever met, it was covered in coffee. I actually
Yeah, it
used
was.
the coffee to color it
Yeah,
Oh.
you did.
and shade it and
Well, I
stuff.
take that back then. I guess not. I
But
see
I've
it.
heard that Galen's a pretty good artist, but I've yet to
All right,
see
Galen.
it.
Next time we're there, we have to see you draw something.
Or show us something you have
Or
drawn.
yeah, exactly. Or show us something you have drawn.
Yeah, I want to. I lost. It's gone now. This
Draw
one
a
graphic
giant
novel
penis.
that I drew out, and I would like to do the layouts and start drawing them out for the book again because it's still in my head. I still have it. I don't have the original one. It was
And
like
this-
100-some pages.
This focuses on a giant penis that has an existential crisis, right? That's the point.
Actually, it's called "This I Just Don't Understand," and it was about me having to hospitalize my brother who went into a catatonic state.
So
It's a real story.
Not a giant penis then.
No giant penises.
Okay.
TJ's disappointed.
So don't bother with that then. Next question.
Hello,
Yeah!
Drunken Peasants. A couple
Never
weeks
give
ago,
up.
in a conversation you had with Ryan Wiley, you discussed YouTube's ability to deny content and expressed some feelings that they should have not have that authority.
Never give up.
This motherfucker's wearing a John Cena shirt.
This guy's awesome. We applaud you,
Never
sir.
give up. Dun 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 dun. Dun
heard
dun
that
dun.
name.
Can't see me, Ben.
I'm not partaking in this question. I'm a rebel. I don't deal with piles of shit and people who talk about piles of shit like this. Like Laci Green is a higher life form than the person you're referring to.
So you hate John Cena as well, Galen.
Yeah. Like I
That
want him
is
to die in the
awesome.
ring. I want him to die in the ring. Brock Lesnar just starts getting a knife and like new beheading videos. And he shows them and he throws it in the crowd and they're like jumping after a ball. You know, like at a concert where they're bouncing the ball around.
It wouldn't even be a ball. It would be a bucket.
Ben would be inconsolable for months. John Cena is Ben's favorite wrestler.
That guy sucks, man. You know what Sabu would do to him?
Yeah, actually, Sabu is my favorite wrestler.
No, that's a lie.
Yeah.
Ben was telling us the other day how much he loves Cena.
Ben loves.
We're like, Sabu is pretty awesome. And Ben's
I
like, no.
seen Sabu live, by the way, back in the ECW days. I
Yeah.
saw him, and I also saw Cactus Jack back then too. And actually, Cactus Jack, when Mick Foley was, he almost hit me in the head with a chair, and I had
That's
to like
awesome.
move because he didn't know. He thought I was, and he came after me in the stands. He thought I was some other big dude, and he was coming after me, and I had to run.
That's fucking awesome.
Galen's like, fuck this.
It's like, oh shit.
At least not as much as they do, considering their wide use in today's marketplace.
No.
I was wondering how you would feel about treating them more along the lines of a public utility akin to gas, electric,
What does he talk
or
about?
water.
I don't even want to answer this.
Seems
guy's
like the
question.
best way.
Yeah, the John
The
Cena,
Cena shirt pisses me off too much.
Yeah, you guys try to troll me and act like you like Cena.
I love Cena.
No, you don't.
Cena is the greatest wrestler
You're
of all
such
time.
a liar.
The greatest of
Cena
all time.
sucks.
I can't believe you guys are saying this.
Scotty hates John Cena
I'm
too. He's
shocked.
a liar.
I'm shocked and offended you guys.
I
for
would
saying
normally
this.
pretend I like Cena, but since this guy's actually wearing the shirt, I can't do it.
I'm not pretending. Cena is the greatest wrestler. You can say whatever you want about him. You know, that's fine. That's your opinion. You're entitled to it.
Did you see Brock Lesnar beat the shit out of Cena, Galen?
Yeah,
That
yeah. I actually watched it several times, and I was kind of disappointed because have you ever seen when Brock Lesnar beat up Hogan and he had internal bleeding and was spitting up blood? That's what I wanted to see. I like the hardcore matches where they just beat them up and you think they died. You know, I wanted I wanted an Owen Hart like broken neck or something.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
I can't believe you'd say that. Yeah. Cena was cheated in the match for sure.
Question.
They need to just kill that guy in the ring. Somebody needs. They haven't. No one's died in the WWE in a while. Just kill John Cena. Just kill that piece of shit.
Oh my.
Hey, Drunken Peasants. In my school rulebook, they said you couldn't wear apparel associated with cults. Quote, anything having offensive writing or pictures with double meanings, carrying connotations of immorality, vulgarity, obscenity, nudity, or promotion of violence and or gang-cult activity on any person or article of clothing or school materials will not be allowed.
It's complete bullshit.
This includes Hooters.
Oh,
it
so in
continues
other
to
words,
talk about any flag or sign on fire cannot.
It's complete bullshit. That's exactly what those rules are. They exist in pretty much every school in the country, though. You'll find any school it's like, this promotes this, and we don't want people promoting this. Like, well, there's freedom of speech, so who gives a shit what you fucking think? But unfortunately, that's not how it works.
I have advice for this kid. Since they don't want anything in the open there, where is this kid from, by the way?
We don't know.
No idea.
He didn't say.
Somewhere in America, probably, he sounded like.
Probably, sure.
This is my suggestion for him. You know, there are ways to fight things and, you know, talk to the ACLU. That's what you do. The ACLU is a wonderful organization. For more information, go to Liberal Viewer at YouTube. He's Mr. ACLU himself. And y'all should get him on the show sometime. He's wonderful.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah,
we'll try to get him on the show at some point.
So, but the other thing is, this kid needs to do. You can have what we call a silent protest, and I call it like the silent fart. Those are the real killers, right? Right? You know, and what he needs to do is get some American flag underwear. It always makes you feel better. And I know TJ does, because every time TJ lets one go and he doesn't make it to the bathroom, he feels pretty good about himself.
That's true.
And you know, I was
shit on America.
I was in Target not too long ago with my girlfriend, and I was joking around, and I told her, "Hey, come help me find some Jesus underwear. I want his face right under my asshole." And I was saying this in front of like a crowd of people and kids, and everyone was like gasping, like, "My God!" And like one woman, I think, almost started crying.
I want to say this story might sound far-fetched if you've never actually been in a crowded place with Galen, but if you actually know him, you know that is true.
I'd be more shocked if there actually was Jesus underwear. Like
I've seen it. You can
they
get
actually
it
sell. You can buy a baby Jesus butt plug online.
What?
Yes. Type in baby Jesus butt plug. You'll fucking find
only TJ.
You'll know.
Only TJ would know.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm not
Scotty,
the only one who knows.
What?
Of course, you're not the only one.
For Christmas, should I get TJ and Holly a cross dildo?
I'm already buying one, Galen, so don't bother.
Okay.
Because I actually know what you're talking about. It's actually the same site that sells it, and I'm gonna buy it. So.
Oh god!
They have it. I've looked it up to actually buy it for you. Seriously.
Man, I wish you'd have bought it before. Anyway,
you should buy it and hit TJ in the face with it.
Next question.
Is someone's religion?
We've already addressed this question.
Okay, we'll move on.
Go on to the next one.
He sucks.
He sucks. Why? Why does he suck?
I decided to say he sucks.
You just hate him.
I want to add up one thing to that kid. Is that it's obvious that they're banning Mormonism there. That's the real problem there.
Mormonism.
It's a cult. You know, it's a Joseph Smith. It's a cult.
It's all a cult.
So, or Mormonism is, you know, we're the defenders of Mormonism. Well, I'm not one. Sorry.
Hello, Drunken Peasants. It's me, Crazy Pig or...
How you doing, buddy?
Why this guy again?
Because I wanted him on, so we can make
you.
fun of him again.
Hold on, he mentions all the names.
Yeah. Listen to this for a
second. He mentions all the names that we call him.
You guys like to call me Humpty Dumpty, Egghead, or the piece of shit.
I love it.
Piece of shit.
My question. I have two questions for you guys this week. Number one, between Alex Jones and the Vigilant Christian Mario, who is more crazier? And my second question is, what is your favorite Robin Williams movie? All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
For the first question, I would say the Vigilant Christian is crazier because I think Alex Jones, to an extent, is faking it.
Oh, more than likely.
I don't think the Vigilant Christian is faking it.
Robin Williams movie. TJ. Do you have a favorite?
I don't know. Probably Good Will Hunting or maybe World's Greatest Dad.
Good Will Hunting, Awakenings, and The Fisher King.
I've not seen The Fisher King
Yeah,
yet.
the Fisher King was mine as well.
Scotty?
I have not seen that one, so I have to go with Good Will Hunting, too.
Fisher King is a pretty crazy movie.
Next, Ben. Next, Ben.
Drunken Peasants.
Ben
Got a
next.
couple questions. First one's for Ben.
Fuck Ben.
How did
Boo!
you meet
Boo, Ben!
Scotty?
Boo, Ben! Boo!
Boo.
Boo, Ben!
Boo.
Boo!
Boo.
Run for mayor someplace else.
TJ. Second one's for anyone.
He was asking how I met you guys. Well, I think we addressed that earlier, actually.
TJ put an ad out for a sex cult, and Ben showed up. He's one of the applicants, and there
Ben's
you go.
like, you need someone with big fists?
Yeah.
I'm here.
The rest is history.
The
Next
rest
guest.
is history.
Where did the idea of the Drunken Peasants come from? Thanks. Bye.
Well, we somehow got sucked back into feudal times, and we were raped and molested by drunken peasants.
I want to say is that I was the creator of Drunken Peasants, and I can back this up. I literally can. It was in the blog TV show where we all got drunk. That is the original Drunken Peasants. I like to see someone argue that out, where we got up and were completely drunk and drank Everclear live.
Is that the one where Case pulled out his gun?
Yes. And cut himself. Yes, right. And where
we need to get Case back on the show then.
No.
where
give him
at
booze
the
and blades.
At the end of the show, for everyone I don't think who remembers, I told Case and gave him an ultimatum, and I was like, put it down and I'll be right back. And when I come back, you're gonna put the gun. And then TJ was like, when I get into that mode, it's like I was the most dangerous person then, because I was like, you're going to give me the gun and the knife and you're going to end this. And then Case was like, and TJ then before I came back, grabbed him and assaulted Case and took his weapons from him. And then I got TJ in like the hall. He was coming out from upstairs at my apartment, and but I had gone and got a gun. I got a 38, and I was going to shoot Case live on the air. And because I was like, dude, you're not going to fucking do shit in my house. And if you're going to try to assault, I would have been in self-defense, own video, justified, killing Case, and I would have shot him to death.
That would have been the best blog TV
Dude,
ever.
I remember one time, we were talking about Case, and Galen's like, there was a way for Case to earn back my respect. And then Galen went on like a 20-minute diatribe about like all the things Case would have to do. And then he ended it with, and even if he did all that, I still wouldn't forgive him. We're just like, what? You just said that this is what he had to do to earn your forgiveness. The Galen's like, that would be impossible.
Well, what got me, and it's actually Holly, is that the guy, when y'all were out of town, Scotty and TJ were both out of town, Holly was at home and by herself, and Holly called me and was like, somebody's out there. And it was fucking Case, who was like creeping around their house, and this guy, he was fucking psychotic and like praying, like, like what the fuck is he doing out there and like watching and getting around their house? I mean, that guy's out of his mind. I'm sympathetic to people who are mentally ill, but if you're psychotic and you're trying to come after my best friend's girlfriend and who's like family to me and I love her, I'm gonna fucking kill you. It's like, get the fuck away from me, motherfucker.
I feel pretty the same way about Case.
Case is a nice guy. Case loves us all.
Yeah, he just loves us so much that he wants to stalk and kill us.
Standing invite to Case to come on our show and kill yourself.
Okay.
I doubt he watches the show.
I'll forgive him if he kills himself.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey guys, my
Boobs.
name is Corey. I run
Sorry.
the show.
So there's like
sorry for the
female.
audio and the camera that's still on my laptop.
Okay.
Yada. Anyway,
Blah blah.
I have two questions for you guys. One,
Uh-huh.
how do you feel about cultural appropriation? I'm sure you've heard of it. It's been on Tumblr, like, everywhere recently.
I culturally appropriate,
basically, it's like
Mexican
if you're
food
not
all the
from
time.
A certain culture,
Good to
and
go.
you have
Cultural appropriation is stupid as fuck.
It's some more bullshit.
Have you, Galen? You've never heard of this?
Oh god.
She explains
Explain
it.
to me.
All right.
I
Well,
don't want to hear the dummy. I want to hear TJ explain it.
all right. Cultural.
The fans
Wow.
want to hear him. TJ, you explain it.
Cultural appropriate. Basically, it's like the idea that if you use anything or wear anything that has its genesis in someone else's culture, then you are appropriating their culture, and that's offensive to them, and you should not do that.
Like white people with
Wait a minute.
dreadlocks.
But,
Right.
okay,
You use
so-
chopsticks. You stole that from China, you piece of
So
shit.
we need to keep to our tribes and shut the fuck up and conform.
Right.
Is what it is.
Yeah, it's basically
It's some
just
nonsense.
It's
So-
gibberish. It's a bunch
okay.
of like ultra PC garbage that absolutely no
This
thought went
offends
into.
me.
Okay.
The
well,
offended squad.
Cultures evolve by appropriating each other. You people
I'm
are
gonna-
fucking stupid as dirt.
Right. I want to.
That's an insult to
destroy
dirt.
this with your analysis of like food. Whoever said who said Mexican food?
I said
Scotty
Mexican
or-
food.
Scotty
yeah.
did
Yeah.
that.
So I'm
Of
going to
course.
go. I'm going to use Chinese food. Chinese restaurants originally in America were not a success. No one went to them. It was just another place to eat. Then they started doing their culture and dressing people up, even hiring Americans to dress up in gear and to look like, oh, we Chinese, and playing that out. And when they did that, restaurants around the world picked up because everyone felt like they were getting an experience of going there, and they felt they were partaking in their culture and eating their food. And it was a bit of it's a show, but people enjoyed it, and it became popular. It's a gimmick, but if you just wanted to go to a restaurant that served like really nice Chinese food, they don't have to have all this. They don't have to do that. It's just a nice restaurant, like a 5-star with tablecloths, like any place in the world would be. You're
Galen,
not gonna
I just want you to know that everything you've just said is offensive, and you should kill yourself.
We are all offended here, Galen.
Yes.
How dare you?
I just want you to know that Laci Green is crying over what I just said.
Yeah,
She is.
Laci Green is also offended, Galen. Worst.
People like Galen can go on the Drunken Peasants. That's why I'm a feminist. What's next on our question agenda?
Hello, Ben.
Oh, I thought
Hello,
she had another
TJ,
question.
And everybody else that joined the Drunken Peasants today.
Oh, well.
I would like to ask if you sometimes get tired of debating creationists like G-Man, who don't bring up good arguments, are not really good in debating. And second of all, I would like to ask if you have an opinion on dating sites.
Two totally unrelated questions.
TJ is an avid user of FarmersOnly.com.
You don't have to be lonely at FarmersOnly.com. A dating site for farmers.
It's so weird.
It exists.
TJ is on a dating site. It's called Let's Pug It, where you can get sexually together with him if you have another pug, and it's really disgusting.
All right, Galen. Went a little too
Yeah.
dark there for me, buddy.
I was like, all right.
That was inappropriate,
What
Galen.
was the other question aside from the dating
I don't
site?
know. Something about some nonsense.
Creationist.
Oh, if we get sick of talking about creations like G-Man.
Of course not.
First of all, G-Man is not
We
there
love
to debate,
G-Man.
you fucking moron. He's
G-Man
there for
and
he's
the
like Ed
masters of
McMahon for
stupidity.
Johnny Carson. He
That's
just
it.
sit there and he's like the laughing guy, except you laugh at him. You don't laugh
Right.
at Ed McMahon. You just kind of laugh with him.
I like when-
G-Man. We laugh at him and with him.
I love the Galen G-Man debate because Galen's like, you're a fucking idiot. And G-Man's like, well, do you admit this? And Galen's like, I don't admit anything, you fucking retard.
That was beautiful. Next question. Next fucking question, Ben.
Greetings, Drunken Peasants.
No.
So my question to you is, do you think there should be laws that protect kids below a certain age from religious indoctrination? I'm talking Jesus camp, faith schools, shit like that.
No.
Or do you think that would be a violation of free speech? Thank
An
you.
absolute violation of free speech.
Yeah.
I will defend religious thought. I think it's completely intolerant to say, well, with a lot of people, there's so many censorship campaigns to be politically correct. It's like the new morality. I might be atheist, but you're going to have my morality. That's P.Z. fucking Myers. Okay, I'm not P.Z. Myers. Fuck that guy, and fuck any of his ilk too. I will support P.Z. Myers free speech. But you know what? That guy is a fucking asshole, and I'm going to criticize him to the day I die. Fuck that dude.
So Galen is in love with P.Z. Myers,
Yeah.
basically. You know, it's against freedom of speech.
Yeah.
I can kind of understand why someone would want to stop indoctrination from happening to like a young child, especially when you see the techniques that some of these places use.
I mean, just watch Jesus Camp.
But
It's so harrowing to watch a movie
I
like
think
that.
trying to stop it legislatively is probably the wrong approach.
It's evil. It's intolerant.
You know, it's like, okay, well, you know, there's better ways to go about this. You know, these kids are going to eventually wade into the larger, you know, cultural discussion as long as their parents can't keep them too insulated, which, you know, is pretty much impossible now. So I mean, I don't know, but I mean, I could see why you wouldn't want those kids to go through that, but I think the only way you could stop them would be to embrace something that's pretty fascistic.
So what do you think about the vaccine things with those Christian parents? Like, you shouldn't get your kids vaccinated because I should have the right to make that decision.
Well, that's not. I mean, to me, that's when it kind of leaves the realm of like religion, you know.
But what about Christian Science?
I'll answer one thing at getting into those questions. One, if you want to faith heal your children and they're sick, that's child abuse. That comes under the heading of the law. Now, when you're partaking in a social activity. And with those children, parents have can raise their children how they want to an extent like that. But when you want to just start, not giving them antibiotics when they have pneumonia, you're a fucking criminal.
I agree.
I mean, I pretty much agree. I was just trying to play devil's advocate because a lot of people could say that's a freedom of speech issue too. Like, well, if they don't want to vaccinate their children, it should be my decision. I'm raising them. You know.
I mean, like people's religions should never supersede like the law. I mean, it's like. You know, if there's a law against animal cruelty, then we shouldn't let people, sacrifice animals to their gods just because that's, some tradition that they have or something.
Oh, I agree.
Well said. By the way, I have a question I want to add on, and Ben, I sent the link in for a video I would want to watch to talk about, and that would be my question if you can fit it in. I know it's kind of late to put that in there.
What is it exactly?
It's just a video, and it's about people with video game addiction, and it would be highly enjoyable. It's nothing like crazy insane, so it's pretty tame for me, but it's funny. And I want to talk about Scotty with it too, because Scotty is the video game guy.
We'll take a look at that if we have a chance after these questions.
Okay.
We'll see.
Gentlemen, greetings once again. My question for you is this: if you were to make a Drunken Peasants video game and you had the budget to make anything imaginable, what would the game be about?
My greatness.
Is that him kissing our ass at the end?
I think so. I think the game would be about my greatness, and TJ and Ben would be like my sycophants, basically.
What about me, motherfucker?
You can be a sycophant too, Galen.
I think that we should try to be... I think the goal of the game is you could play as all three of us, and we're trying to save Galen from an evil lizard or something. So it's basically just a ripoff of Mario, but with Galen as the princess.
Yeah, fuck you.
And it's like every time you beat one of the castles, you get a little toad guy like, sorry, your Galen is in another castle.
Your Galen's in another... That's awesome. I want to make this game now.
It should happen.
I hope it does.
It will.
Hey, Drunken Peasants. I spent a long time thinking of this question because I wanted it to be really original. So this is for TJ.
Awesome.
TJ, what do you think of the Zeitgeist
TJ.
movement?
Oh, TJ.
Surprise, motherfucker.
That's pretty awesome.
We actually the question is garbage. We only selected it because of that thing at the end, so we could just move on.
Okay.
It was a stupid question about the Zeitgeist movement.
That was pretty
which
funny,
is,
though.
Trash. Total trash.
I wanted to know what books or films have influenced you in the sense of they shaped or changed the way you view things, your perspective on life. Again, whatever they may be, books or films or anything in specific. This question's out to all three of you guys and any of the guests that you may have. Thanks for answering the question.
I guess, who wants to start? TJ, do you want to start, or Galen, or...
I'll start.
Galen,
Galen, why don't you go ahead?
I was an unusual kid. I think everyone knows that.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, my hero back when I was a kid, it wasn't just Charles Darwin, but Jane Goodall. My hero was a female, and it was Jane Goodall. After that, Joseph Campbell, Martin Luther King Jr., Alexander Hamilton, people like that. Those are who I really looked up to, and I thought so well of. But books about anything by Joseph Campbell about primatology and so forth, those are I highly recommend. And I saw other people myself as a primate, and I looked at my own behavior, and it was a great awareness for me. I read religious books, but when I read Joseph Campbell, it was looking into comparative religious studies, and it opened me up to various cultures. So I look at the biological and anthropology side, looking at primates, who we are with Darwin, but also the religious cultural systems as well that have evolved over time, and really the evolution of the concepts of God and so forth in different societies, from a very poetic one to a more literal one. So that's what really helped me, and I would suggest getting into a lot of studies like that rather than just.
For me, when I was growing up, I was, I think it was Marilyn Manson, George Carlin, Bill Hicks, pretty much anyone who was critical of contemporary culture. I was usually very eager to absorb anything they had to say, because I was very much a malcontent, and I wanted people to kind of give a voice to why I wasn't content. And, I think at a certain point I started being my own voice for that, but it was kind of good to have those people to give me that initial spark of it. And then, of course, once I read Manson's biography, he got me into, Nietzsche, and then I kind of took a little weird detour through Anton LaVey and Ayn Rand and that sort of shit, and I wound up being a libertarian for a little while.
That was pretty funny.
Then I outgrew that shit.
I remember you were a libertarian, TJ. That was kind of hilarious. That was about what, 2006? You were a libertarian.
When I first started my channel, for the first year and a half,
yeah, you were a libertarian.
Or so of Amazing Atheist, I was a libertarian, and since then I've been. Not exactly a mainstream liberal, but definitely more on the liberal spectrum. More of a libertarian. Still sort of libertarian in a civil sense.
You're a fucking retard.
But more I don't know, more like a Noam Chomsky social structure, I guess, but not quite to the same extent of embracing anarchy and stuff.
I'm killing myself now.
You're gonna kill yourself, Galen.
Yeah, I can't take it anymore. I'm Alexander Hamilton. I'm with Alexander Hamilton. I'm in Constitution, independent. I hate political parties. Hateful.
What about you, Ben?
False dichotomy politics and a political
TJ's
party.
Aaron Burr.
You don't. Ben doesn't even remember the question anymore.
I was getting Galen's video ready, so I wasn't even paying attention.
It was basically just what books and movies and cultural shit influenced you growing up.
Star Wars was big for me, of course, the original one. I love that, and
Me
the
too.
Dark Crystal and very mythical movies. I love that kind of stuff.
What sort of shit, Ben? You don't want to do
Ben
it.
is jazz hands.
Yeah.
Ben's jazz handing.
Jazz hands.
Scotty, what about you?
The answers you guys gave were pretty much summed up a lot of mine. One thing I like to mention is Kira Kurosawa and Stanley Kubrick. I've never seen a Clockwork Orange for the first time, and just seeing that and being like, wow. And it's
I saw it as a kid. I was just a child, and I was watching cable.
Us too.
And I was just a little kid at my grandfather's, and I was watching on some HBO or Showtime, and it came on, and I was just sitting there wow, that's cool. And I was just this is awesome. It made me think about society and culture. And then I wanted to go get the book too, because the book has the chapter, the ending that's not in the movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's play this video here that Galen sent us, and then we'll wrap up the show.
Okay.
Games! No Dead Rising, no Crackdown! Halo! There's no fucking Halo!
You want me to set up this?
There's no fucking way, this is all... Get a job.
This is so
Damn,
funny.
What
the heck?
What's going on, guys?
The hell is going on?
This is so stupid.
This is awesome.
Oh no.
That's Scotty. I'm telling you, that
Fuck is
is
that?
Scotty. Look at him. That's Scotty.
Oh boy.
I have a big theory that that's bothering
This seems fake to me, though. Does this seem fake to you guys? Or do you guys think this is legitimate?
I think it's fake.
I think it's fake as well.
I don't think it's real. I don't.
Let's see.
I don't buy the setup. It just
I believe that kid is Scotty years ago. That's Steve and TJ's
no,
in the background.
If this is anyone in our family, it's probably Stevie.
This is Stevie. Stevie was
that's
totally
true. I totally agree. This would be awesome if this happened to Stevie.
Okay,
let's play the rest.
Under that auspice, let's watch the rest of it and see.
Yeah.
That doesn't matter. This is what I want to do. I want a game. Well, you want a game, but you got to get a job while you do it too. You're insane. Why are you doing? What are you gonna mow them over? Yeah, mow them over. That way you get out of your room for a little while. Maybe you'll get a job. You've been out of school 3 months.
Cut your dime hair and get a job.
I do it. I'm really good at it. You got student loans. You got car payment. You got insurance. I'm really fucking good at it. Hey, yeah. Well, you got to make money while you're not destroying my game. Oh, pick up while you can. Yeah. Pick up while you can.
Oh, run it over. Run it over. If he runs it over, I think it's real.
Care. You got to get a job. What is this achieve? What is this achieve? What does that achieve? What is this
Run it over.
My game, so
Enough talk.
maybe
Run it
you'll
over.
quit playing for a while, get a job, pay some of your bills.
Yeah. Run it over. Run it over.
I can't believe.
Yes! Yes! Okay, it's real. There's no way they would have done that.
What if it? You didn't really see the disc too clearly, though. What if it was just a bunch of fake discs?
It could be, but I think it's real now. You know what? At least I hope it's real. If it's not, it's still awesome.
What does the audience think?
I don't know.
Okay, no, it's fake. Watch Jesse get the ultimate wrench. Okay, it's fake then, for sure.
It's okay. GameStop was just like starting to revamp there.
You want your fucking YouTube videos? Oh, you think it's funny?
Oh, little island native over here.
Oh, it's obviously fake.
I don't buy it.
Yeah, they said watch Jesse get revenge. Like, okay, it's bullshit then.
What would happen if this happened to Stevie?
Fucking asshole.
He probably would react like that, really.
Stevie would probably go walk into the woods and never return or something.
He would be just like this guy that's like this serial killer who's eating and murdering people or something. Like what?
I don't know. I think he would just venture further and further into the woods until he became the Bigfoot. And people would see him and be like, that's Bigfoot. Nope, it's just Stevie crying for his games.
Pathetic.
Pathetic. Show's over. Ben's dead.
Ben
Okay.
exploded. Thank you, Galen, for being a guest on our show.
Yeah.
Hey, TJ, you owe me a clip, remember?
All right.
Can I get that tonight?
What is it of? You want a clip of me
what-
fingering my asshole? What's going on?
No, that thing I asked you to read for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The magic words. Gotcha. Will do.
All right.
All right, everyone, the show is over.
Show's over.
Ben-
Go away.
Okay.
audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audiobook and support the Drunken Peasants show.
Ben needs more booze, so please buy or sign up.
You don't even have to buy anything.
Yeah.
You just sign up.
Just
and
sign up
we
for the free
fucking
trial.
benefit.
Ben needs booze, everyone.
Ben needs booze. Ben needs booze. Ben needs. Come on, someone chant with me.
Everyone's just like, nope. All right, bye.
Bye, audience.